welcome back to our Let's Play of Hearts of Iron 4. So, let's continue from where we left off. We got the Crusader now. Awesome. So let's get some new tanks. I get the Valentine, I get the Churchill or the Cromwell. Let's get the Churchill. Get to work on that. Actually. Is there any actual tech that I should be getting? Let's find out. Ships, I mean... I could get a new aircraft carrier. That might be worth. Other than that, artillery? Yeah, I could do artillery. Doctrine-wise, we're doing it. Naval doctrine-wise, yeah, we should update our naval doctrine stuff. Air doctrine, we're very well on the way to updating. Engineering, we're pretty far in engineering, although I could do atomic research. Industry, I could do industry stuff. This would actually really help a lot of that, so I'll probably do that. Let's see how things are going in the Far East. Looks like Japan has pretty much been completely manhandled by the by the Chinese. Although Japan has a lot of divisions here in Borneo for no reason. The Australians literally have no army. Where the hell is their army? Neither does New Zealand. Oh, I have a New Zealand division fleet. Fucking report to Singapore, guys. Jesus. Let's update instead of doing more of that. We need convoy sailing. How to escort our convoys. We're actually doing fucking really well. Holy shit. Just take Tripoli at this point, Jesus. Hopefully once these guys are all squared away, we'll be set and we can kind of just group these guys together and figure out what the hell to do. I guess deploy some of them to India. Jesus. They're literally places I need to be but cannot be. So let's see, what do we need to do? A naval rearmament might be good. Tizard mission. The U.S. government has agreed to our proposal and have shared some of their research data with our delegation. Jolly good. Jolly good, mate. Let's develop the Raj. Because India sure as hell needs it if we're going to hold it. Also, invading Xinjiang might be a good idea. Set up a democratic government there. Because I can, and I'm Britain. I think I'll probably do it with the... I'll send the Canadians there. Actually, let's pull the Canadians off the line, because they are getting eaten alive. Let's pull you Canadians back. We'll send you somewhere else, because you're all fucking dying. Send the Canadians out there. Let's get the Canadians out. Pull them back. I feel bad for the Canadians. I feel bad for what you calling them. For relying on them too heavily. South Africans too, but all these armies need a break. The Canadians definitely need the longest one. They need to just sit here in Algiers, some R&R. Relax. So I need to make it all the way to Berlin. Let our armies recuperate here. Luckily the RAF is defending me. Defending us, I should say. How are the US doing? They're embargoing Japan. Well, they're right on track. Japan's about to control Borneo. It's not good. Portuguese Timor. I just don't need them fucking invading Australia. What are you guys doing? Get on the line. God. The Italians literally are shitting themselves running at this point. Nothing they could possibly do. The Germans look like they've all but abandoned their holdings here. Let's take Tripoli once and for all there. And then once we're good here, we'll be good for a while actually. Then we can kind of sit and wait. I'm glad that we mauled those guys though. We mauled the Italian Navy in the Mediterranean. Vichy. Damn you, Philippe Pétain. Field Marshal Philippe Pétain. I like that half of Jamaica is a desert. Jamaica's not a desert. It's a fucking rainforest. What are you talking about? Ooh, what's this? Republic of Peru. Oh. I forgot that we did that. So these guys were fascist, and we overthrew them with a democratically elected government. Venezuela's overwhelmingly. Peru was like on the border between fascists and what you call it. So I can't believe we overthrew them though. That's what I'm talking about. British ingenuity. Meanwhile, the Soviet Union is let's stage a coup in the Soviet Union here. Could it be in Leningrad? Or do I want it down here in the Crimea? Let's set it as the... Leningrad has more industry, but let's set it in the Crimea for access sake. It's not like I'm not gonna have political power. So basically, it's what we're gonna try and do is, right now we're trying to flip the Soviet Union to a democratically elected government, and maybe, just maybe, the strength of the party and the strength of the rebellion will coincide, and the Soviet Union will be completely overthrown. The war will end, because once if the Soviet Union falls to whatever revolutionary government, I think their war ends, and I can negotiate with them. And then they inherit the Soviet Union as whatever new nation they claim to be. Yeah, everyone attack there. Look how low the Canadians are. This is the organization. I was about to say, I think this is manpower. Their fighting organization is like 0. Yeah. They don't have the equipment is the problem. They're waiting for reinforcements. So developing these guys would be essential. What's Tibet doing? Although I don't know that an invasion of Xikang would necessarily help, because then the Soviets might just divert all of their forces southward and then completely steamroll me. Because there's nothing that I could really do, in all honesty, if I wanted to stop the Soviets. But we can set this up here as a front line. There you go. Set them to deploy there. But I'm gonna let my Canadians heal for a little bit. They got fucked up. Look at that. I have a Canadian unit there. Let's leave them there. Or should I? Was it a division? Oh. Why not? Move them to North Africa. I have an Australian ship here. Where the hell are the Australians going? They're keeping a piece of France alive. They actually... Did they capture Marseille? Is that what town this is? I can't read it because of the soldiers on top of it. This is the French resistance. A Malta command is doing very well. Why are they trying to fight? Oh, no British defeat in North Africa, that's for damn sure. We should start trying to think of how to overthrow Venezuela. I don't like fascists that support Hitler on my doorstep. Not necessarily on my doorstep, but you know what I mean. And Percival, literally Percival is the only army we have in the east right now. I do not have a higher command other than Sir Arthur Percival. Attack Tripoli. The Italians are trying to hold on to North Africa desperately. Not gonna work. Sorry. Don't want to burst your bubbles or nothing, but I'm coming for you. Okay, the Canadians are starting to come. Reinforcements are starting to come back, which is good. Need Canadian reinforcements. We cannot win this war without Canada. So did they lose all their national? I guess they must have. So let's see, we'll develop the Raj, and think I'll do, after that I'll do develop Canada. And then I think I'll fortify Malta. BSA company. Birmingham Small Arms Company. Oh. Actually, can I make... Do I have mountain troops that I could actually, like, create? Honestly, I have no idea. No, I do not. Stage coup against Soviet Union. Move that up to high priority. What is the fuck is this? The armed forces of Japan have long knowledge, have long acknowledged that, long acknowledged, that Japan does not possess the natural resources needed for a prolonged war effort. With rising tensions and outbreaks of armed conflict involving the world's major powers, the threat of loss of imports seems greater today. To counter this, Japanese strategists have come up with a strategic plan to seize Western colonies in Southeast Asia and the Pacific. These resource-rich regions will fuel the Japanese war machine and allow it to continue more or less unhindered as long as the colonial powers of the United States can be kept at bay. Are they really able to threaten our possessions? Yes. Looks like they've struck back with the help of the Germans. Oh no, the Germans are, they're helping the Japanese attack China. I would help, but I honestly do not have an army in East Asia. I have one army defending the Malayan Peninsula, basically defending Singapore and the Dutch Indies, or what's left of the Dutch Indies. Fucking fighting the Soviet Union. That's so bugged. Like, that needs to be fixed. Also, can I actually, I can't boost fascism. I can stage a fascist coup in Iraq, and then I'd be able to do this tech tree or this focus tree right here, secure Iraq. If there's more than 20% for fascist dictator, and then you just take the army in the Middle East, you just invade Iraq, and then you invade Iran afterwards, and then you're on the back door of the Soviet Union. Look at that shit. We've actually been able to smash the Italians so that they are no threat at all. Alright, let's go. Start attacking, boys. Move in. Move in for the kill, if you will. Take Tripoli. The Italians are pretty much defeated. And nationally, pride-wise, they're hurt because we conquered Italy. They're going to attempt to attack Greece. So Greece, when they go to war with Greece, Greece will join the Allies. Which means instead of coercing Greece, I'm going to coerce Turkey to join us. So, what was I doing? I'm going to do development in Canada, and then I'm going to coerce Turkey to join the Allies. I think that's probably the best plan. There you go. Go join your Canadian brethren. These guys are hardened veterans. I think I'll take the Canadians. I'm going to move the Canadians to India to fortify the mountain region here. Because I don't think the Raj can hold, and if we can do a breakthrough here in India, and we can knock these guys out of the war, then the dominoes should follow. And we might have a road open to China. And then if we're done this and the Soviet Union doesn't come out as full force, we'll move those troops to Malay. But we're gonna give them a little bit of rest and relaxation first, before I do anything. Let's just move these guys into these positions here. There's literally nothing they can do. The assassination of Leon Trotsky. Jesus, it took him for fucking ever. I think Trotsky died in like 30 something. Like 39, 38 in real life or something like that. So Leon Trotsky, once top lieutenant and heir presumptive of Vladimir Ilyich Lenin, died today in a Mexico City hospital. He was attacked in his home with an ice pick by a Spanish national believed to have been in the employ of the NKVD. After a failed power struggle with Joseph Stalin and his allies for control of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union, Trotsky spent the 30s in exile, living in Turkey, France, Norway before finally settling in Mexico. He remained a constant critic of Stalin and the degenerated workers' state of the Soviet Union. Barbaric. Yeah, like, that, his murder was so obvious. Like, he was killed with an ice pick in Mexico. Like, all of that screams, like, Stalin assassinated him. Like, no joke. So once these guys are set, we'll just move them. Close air support. I mean, I honestly don't have any more factories. We're repairing the shit that I have now. As the RAF dominates the sky over England. What's the thing look like? 280 fighter planes over to the south of England, intercepting. We have 12 slots unlocked too, so we could build more. I think let's start work on that, right? Oh yeah, Jesus, holy shit, we have a lot of slots open. We congratulate you and thank you for your war effort. How are my troops doing? Slowly but surely being what you call it. That's sad. Let's break that siege. And these troops will kind of hang out in Tripoli for a little bit. Till I decide what to do with them, at least. I might deploy them to the east. Simply because I need an army in Asia at this point, it looks like. Especially if these guys are about to freaking completely collapse. So I guess we'll take our 15 Canadian regiments and we'll send them to Alexandria. We'll have them go by rail. Quick strategical deployment here. A little bit of strategery, if you will. And we're gonna put this fleet here on. We're gonna have them patrol all 3 of the Mediterranean. I don't know if it'd be possible, but I'd like to keep my... German Reich has declared war on the Soviet Union. It's a little early for that, but alright. Germany breaks the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. The non-aggression pact between Germany and the Soviet Union, a surprising development to begin with, has now less surprisingly fallen apart. Germany has attacked, breaking the pact, and returned to once again openly speaking of the Soviet Union as a menace that must be faced for their visions of a future to become a reality. The Soviet leadership is less than pleased, but perhaps less shocked by the betrayal than disappointment that they didn't seize the opportunity first. Trust between giants is a fragile thing. Truly. Yeah, and we're about to fucking overthrow the Russians with a democratic revolution. Huh. We might just make Germany stronger, in all honesty. Which would be a shame. Oh my god. What in the holy shit? Where the fuck did that Italian fleet come from? No, retreat. No, I don't want to lose all my ships. Oh no, they're being decimated. They seriously are, we're getting fucked. It's keeping my Canadians alive though, so I guess we can... Canadians, go here instead, go to Tobruk. The fleet did everything they could. The HMS Malaya and the HMS Glorious are the only real ships that are left. Meanwhile, the Italians are pretty much dead in North Africa. I mean... They're just facing losing battles. God, my Atlantic fleet has been thrashed. Let's bring in the Moor fleet, or the Nor fleet, to buff the Mediterranean fleet, basically. The Italians have a fucking fleet of like 50 ships. Would we lose? A heavy cruiser, 2 light cruisers, and 1 plane. How is the revolution going here? 18%. What is that gaining a day now? It's like 1 point a day. Yeah. It's like 1 point a day for democratic stuff in the Soviet Union. Alright, we're gonna move these troops to Cairo. Who's defending? Oh, it's a Gerd von Rundstedt is leading the defense. Should have known. I'm gonna try and let these guys just relax after this. Kind of rebuild their forces. I'll deploy... I don't know. I think I'll deploy these guys here. I'll take these guys, meanwhile, though. Deploy them in Egypt. And then we're gonna move the Canadians here. Wow. Actually, the Indian army looks like it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Defending India. But the Germans are now... Looks like the Germans are caught up in that. The Soviet war now. More help to them. While I figure out how to bring down both of them. How are we losing? 50 days. I mean, I still have, what, like a shit ton of divisions at home? 30-something divisions? Made up of the Belgian army, and with the remnants of the British Expeditionary Force. I think that the Australians are slowly shipping into guys. That's hilarious. The Germans have a hold in China. Not good. Japan is pretty much taken Borneo with little resistance. And not a lot that I could do, in all honesty. I mean, I didn't like try to stop them, but you know, whatever. Can I release Ethiopia as a sovereign state? Nope. I can't release Ethiopia. That's dumb. What's happening? What's happening? The Hungarians are being fucking dicked over. So wait, China doesn't have its own... It has a Chinese United Front. Whatever. Okay. But yeah, let's start getting new carrier planes I can use. Looks like Germany's going all out on China. I think China will be able to hold its positioning. Looks like the Raj is retaking India slowly. I honestly kind of want to ferment a fascist revolution in Iraq so that I can then invade. Actually, I think that's what we're going to do with the Canadians. Let's stage a fascist coup in Iraq. Let's cancel the one here. Because boosting popularity is fine. Because eventually Soviet Union will flip. Which I don't care. But we'll do industrial concern. BP, British Petroleum. Don't know if you guys know him. Had that horrible accident in the Gulf of Mexico. Like, what was that, years ago now? If anyone remembers that. But we're going to end this part here for now. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. It means a lot to me. I appreciate it quite a bit. When we return, we'll be finishing up North Africa, maybe the invasion of Iraq, and then looking towards the east to India, how we can help out the Chinese versus Japan, and maybe figuring out how to take back some of the land and fortifying Australia. So, thanks again for watching. Until next time, stay tuned.